Hello, hello, and welcome back to Chord Progression. I guess Eddie? That was the main character's name, right? Or was it Dave? Or was this man Dave? It's not like it's been over a week since I've last recorded. Don't worry about it. I remember everyone's names, I really don't. A new customer comes by to interrupt my progression of naughty thoughts. Thank God, just like with the negative thoughts, I can drown out horny thoughts by fixating on work-related tasks. Customers continue to come in at a steady pace for the next hour or so. I occasionally need Dave's help at the register, but the UI and my intuition, takes care of the rest. We're quite the productive duo when we've got this flow going. At around 2:15, it is when I notice a real tone shift with the patrons of the cafe. Before, the folks frequenting the restaurant were looking to eat their quick breakfast, brunch, or lunch. There were the type of folks who are looking to quickly get in and get out. However, now we're starting to get folks who are lingering, mostly young people, seemingly younger than me for the most part, high school and college students from what I can gather. At this point, we were mostly selling pastries and lattes, a perfect after-school snacks. The social vibe has changed dramatically. Folks were now coming in large groups, ordering and sitting together. The cafe now became a bustling social place. I'm stepping on something. Whoops. Or rather than a spot to grab a quick bite. These kids are quite nice. I usually get nervous when I'm working at a store and a group of young people show up. However, they're quiet, they're quite polite, and really seem to respect our space. Dave seems to be familiar with a lot of them. Some even introduced themselves to me and were excited to see a new face working at their favorite hangout spot. At around 3... Is this PM? I assume this is PM. It has to be PM. Why would it be AM? I wish there was a cafe like this open at 3 a.m. That'd be nice for me. We hit a large lull. Dave approaches me.
Hey, bud. So I think it's time for you to get out front and get some training with Pat, like we were planned this morning. I'm thinking about starting to close up soon.
We're closing now?
Nah, but it's nice to get a head start for when we close the dining room at 4. While we're out there. Ask April if she can come back and help me.
Gotcha. That all makes sense. I'll go find them. The vibe out here definitely changed as well. The space has transformed into a social atmosphere like it did in the cafeteria at the cafe. Folks were lounging on the furniture found around the store, conversing with one another, many with instruments in paw. Guitars, basses, drums, keyboards, all being played by masters and amateurs alike. The noise of all of it together was chaotic, but not overwhelming. Everyone seems to be mindful of their volume. No particular player was too loud or obnoxious. The cacophony created by these musicians, all blended together and created something of a white background noise. It's not finding any of this bothersome. I'm not finding any of this bothersome. As a matter of fact, it's quite comforting. It reassures me that I'm surrounded by people, that I'm not entirely alone. I could get used to this. I approach April and Pat mid-conversation. I overhear their discourse. Pat, for one last time, I only like girls. I'm a lesbian. I thought you were American. He gives April a cheeky smile while she just glares, unamused. Pat knows lesbian and American are not mutually exclusive, right? Or is this some sort of inside joke? Whatever. Hey, April, Dave needs us to swap stations. I need to spend some time out here with Pat. Holy fuck, thank you. April briskly storms off without explanation, leaving me with the collie. What's her deal? She doesn't appreciate my creative thought experiment is all. creative thought experiment. What on God's green earth does that mean? Do I even ask? Oh, which reminds me, I got one for you. I guess I got no choice in the matter. Would you rather go 1 year without sex, or go 1 year without your favorite food? That struck a nerve, especially since it's quite possible it has been a year since I last had sex. I'm not rightly sure how long it's been. It's not like I've been counting the days. Living with your parents makes hooking up difficult. On top of that, Fairview didn't have the best prospects. A lot of the people frequenting the apps were older men who were still in the closet. Most of them were married to a woman and looking to cheat on her. That's a hard pass for me. Aside from that, it was slim pickings. The more men I messaged, the more rejection I faced. Many of them were quick to dismiss me because of my weight, my penis size, or even my species. After all that rejection, I couldn't bring myself to keep using those apps anymore, so I stopped. And since then, I've had zero luck finding anyone to have sex with. Not to mention, I'm just sad, fat, doofy-looking fox that has literally nothing going for him, and Pat snaps his digits and at me a few inches from my eyes. You okay, dude? You were zoning out on me. Oh, sorry. That question just kinda struck a nerve. I figured I should be honest with him. I don't think lying about how I feel here is going to be productive for anyone. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Forget I said anything. He genuinely looks remorseful. Maybe he's cool. He'll cool it with the horny stuff now. Well, I guess we should focus on training stuff. So, a lot of folks come in during this time of day and want to try out some merchandise. He gestures to many patrons in the store currently sampling the instruments for sale. Some instruments are labeled with a Try Me tag. That means the customer can just take it and try it without permission. The more expensive ones have a tag that says... Wait, was that also Pat? Yeah, whoops. Please ask for assistance. That means you're not allowed to touch without them asking us first. For the next few minutes, Pat goes over the general etiquette customers must follow while handling the merchandise. He also gives me some guidelines about following up with customers as they sample an instrument to make sure everything is going well. He finishes up his lesson by reviewing with me the best way to encourage a sale after they sample. We spent some time making rounds about the shop, finding players who were trying out instruments and asking them some quick questions. Based on their answers, Pat was able to gauge whether the customer was looking to only sample or looking to buy. It turns out lots of folks just like to come in and sample the instrument with no intention of buying any time soon, just like Daryl did today. However, Pat mentioned that Chester actively encourages this. Being hospitable to these customers helps foster good rapport. Rapport? The T's silent, right? Report? Rapport? I don't know. And my phone's not on me. I left it in a different room charging. Because I charged my phone. Sure, they may not buy today, but they may buy tomorrow, or they'll tell their friends and family where to buy. You can't lose. Allowing folks to come in and freely sample the instruments is part of the community building process. It makes people excited to come to this shop and create an atmosphere they wish to return to. Plus, even if they don't buy an instrument, they may buy a latte instead. I was starting to piece together the functionality of this wild business model that Chester and Dave have concocted. I was quite skeptical when the day started. Now, I'm a full-blown believer in its efficiency. I have to give credit to those two. They stumble onto something great here. I'm glad I get to be a small part of it. The next few hours flew by rather quickly. Just shy of 4 p.m., Chester shows up.
How are you two doing up here? I'm not causing any trouble, right? Right?
His tone suggests that was mostly joking. However, I think he may be genuinely worried. worried trouble may be brewing. Nah, I was just getting Eddie caught up on our try before you buy policy.
Fantastic! Great work!
He gives Pat a firm pat on the back. The dog flashes his signature toothy grin in response.
Well, I can take over from here if you want to go ahead and clock out.
Sweet. I'm gone. I'm gone then. See you guys tomorrow. The collie made a swift exit.
How are you doing? Getting overwhelmed?
Maybe a little. It's a lot for a first day.
I understand. There's a lot of people, a lot of new people, and a lot of new information, and very little time to process it.
Chester places a paw on my shoulder.
In time, it'll all come together. I genuinely can't ask for a better first day for you.
I could really tell he's being sincere. It's quite relieving to hear this reassurance. Are you sure you still want to help me close down? April's about to leave. This is your last chance to back out. As tempting as it is to head home and relax for the rest of the day, I have every reason to stay here. First off, I want that overtime money. Secondly, I need to keep my brain occupied. I know if I head home now, the rest of the night is going to be spent in my room alone, endlessly wallowing in self-pity. I need to work until I drop. No, I'm fine. I want the overtime.
Great! Well, I'm happy to help you with happy to have you help me. It's nice to have an extra set of paws for closing.
Do you normally close by yourself?
Normally, no, but since we've been short-staffed, I've taken on that responsibility.
Mind if I ask why you've been so short-staffed? So far, I think the short staffing is the only piece of the puzzle that I can't figure out. Chester's a great boss. This is a great work environment. The pay isn't bad. What's the catch?
Times have been a bit rough these past few months. We lost a couple of staff members.
Chester breaks his eye contact and glances over at the stage. His expression remains stoic.
Replacing them has been tough. I've always had a policy of hiring only LGBT musicians. However, I've had to be a little more open-minded lately.
I guess I'm the result of this newfound open-mindedness.
Queer musicians often come with a lot of baggage. That baggage can later cause problems for me in my bottom line. As much as I want you kids to grow and learn, I still have a business to look after. Every incident with past employees serves as a lesson learned. Over the years, I've been keener on identifying which qualities I look for in candidates, and which qualities I need to avoid. I become a little too strict in my criteria and wasn't able to find anybody. I know that I now have to start considering folks who are less than ideal.
Less than ideal. Oh, I see. It's my turn to break eye contact. His expression turns remorseful the instant he realizes the impact of what he had just said.
Oh, no. I didn't mean you. You've done great today. You really exceeded my expectations, and I promise you that's not just empty flattery.
I give him a half-hearted smile in return. I don't think he meant what he said as a personal slight, but it feels like a Freudian slip. Words are hard. It's leaving me to believe that what he said out loud and what he believes is in conflict.
It's just that. I understand not everyone I hire is going to be perfect. Each person has their strengths and weaknesses. I've just had to reevaluate the strengths and weaknesses I prefer a candidate to have. That's all. In your case, your strength is your retail experience, and it really shined through today. April told me about the distortion pedal you helped upsell.
She did mention she wanted to give me credit for it. Thanks, April.
Upselling a piece of equipment you didn't even know existed yesterday shows tremendous potential. It makes me very happy with my choice to give you a chance. In the past, I've always favored musicality over retail experience when hiring. You've proven to me today why that way of thinking was a mistake.
All right, Chester. Your attempt at damage control has been successful. Well done.
I'm really sorry, bud. I hope you don't think I meant.
It's fine, don't worry about it. I get what you meant, I promise. He breathed a sigh of relief.
Alright, well, enough about that. Let's finish some more training.
For the first couple hours, Chester fills the gap left behind from April and Pat's training sessions. There were a lot of give me one moment. What is this word?
Minutiae.
Minutiae?
Minutiae.
Wait, don't people say minutia for this? Am I crazy?
Minutiae.
The small, precise, or trivial details of something. Isn't that minutia? Have we all just been saying that word wrong? I don't know. It's fine. There were a lot of minutia that those two, understandably, had to gloss over for the sake of time. Before I knew it, it was time to start closing. Chester and I worked on a lot of pre-closing type tasks, vacuuming, disinfecting the try-me instruments, rearranging merchandise, and so on. 7 p.m. rolled around, and it was officially time to call it a night. Once the building was empty and the doors were locked, all that was left to do was clean the front windows, clean the glass on the display case, and take out the trash. While I handled the physical labor, Chester worked on cashing out the register and filling out all of the associated paperwork.
There we go. Not much to it.
Yeah, not bad at all. Cleaning up a shop like this is all too familiar to me, but I'm left wondering, will I ever have to clean up in the cafe? That seems like a whole other beast to tackle. Say, will I ever have to learn to clean the kitchen at some point?
Only if you want to learn to work back there.
What do you mean if I want to work back there?
Well, I like to offer y'all a chance to do a variety of things. That way you can find your niche, you know.
Is that why Pat focuses more on the kitchen stuff?
Exactly. That boy has taken a liking to baking. Says he wants to get more experience and maybe try culinary school someday.
Oh wow, good for him.
Yeah, I really hope he follows through on it. But we'll see. On the other paw, April is more interested in the retail and business side of things, so I let her take the reins with the front of the house and event planning.
Never in a million years would any of my bosses in the past take the initiative to let workers explore a variety of roles and stick to a niche they were good at. I was always just given a job to do, and I have to do that particular job without question or objection. There often wasn't any room to grow or learn while doing one thing day in and day out. This is a real great opportunity to get more experience. I'll never pass up a chance to bolster my resume. Say, could I maybe get more experience with the cafe tomorrow? I didn't mind the work I did today. I think it'll be fun to explore something I've never tried before.
Oh, absolutely. Pat's leaving early tomorrow, so that works out nicely for everyone.
He and I continue our last-minute closing tasks before we call it quits. Chester shuts off all the lights in the building before we make our exit into the parking lot. The old luxury car I saw this morning was the only one remaining in the lot. Not a surprise, this one belongs to Chester. Climbing into the passenger seat, the cabin space reveals that the vehicle is quite dated, like I had expected. It's still furnished with a CD and cassette player on the main console. Cars nowadays come equipped with a digital display as interfaces, something completely absent from Chester's ride. And mine! Regardless, the pristine condition of the car's interior and the sleek design could fool me into believing this is a brand new vehicle, fresh out of the lot. It doesn't have It doesn't quite have the new car smell, but the interior does have quite a lovely fragrance. I think it's lavender.
I'm just taking you straight to April's apartment, right?
Yep.
Easy enough. I know the way.
Chester starts up the car and pulls out of the parking lot. The first few minutes of the drive are spent in silence as I flick through my phone. Chester soon breaks the silence.
So, feeling good about everything so far.
Yeah, I guess. I still feel like I still feel like I have a lot of music terminology to pick up on.
Hey, if that's your biggest problem, you're going to do just fine.
After a few minutes of silence pass, unlike the other moments of silence I've shared with new acquaintances today, it's not particularly awkward. I'm actually finding it quite comfortable. He interrupts the silence again.
Hey, so any chance you have plans on Labor Day weekend?
If I recall correctly, Labor Day is about 2 weeks from now. No, I don't think so. Why? Do you need me to work?
Oh, good heavens no, it's Labor Day. Why would I make you work on a holiday?
The shop's not going to be open on Labor Day?
Absolutely not. It's literally a holiday meant to celebrate relaxing and recuperating from work. Have your past bosses asked you to work on Labor Day?
I don't think I've ever had a Labor Day off since I was 16. Chester lets out a devastated sigh.
Ah, you poor thing. I forget how rough it is out there sometimes.
Oh, that's nothing. I've had to work on Thanksgiving, New Year's, and Christmas.
Good grief, that's just not right. Well, I promise you, I'll never ask you to work on any of those on any holidays.
Honestly, I can take it or leave it. After working on so many holidays, they've just become so meaningless to me. It's gotten to the point where I've become desensitized to the winter holiday season altogether. There's only so much time, so many times you can listen to "All I Want for Christmas Is You" at a workplace before your fur turns green. That's what that says.
Anyways, the reason I asked is I'm planning a beach trip for our staff. Me, April, Pat, and Dave are all coming. You're invited to join. April's girlfriend is welcome to come along as well.
That actually sounds quite nice. I'm not much of a beach bum, but to spend the last days of summer out in the water sounds quite fun. However, I don't think I can afford a beach trip right now. My bank account took such a massive hit from the move, I can't justify it. Well, thanks for the offer. I don't think I can afford that right now.
Oh, don't worry about the affording anything. I'm covering lodging, food, and transportation. You don't have to spend a dime.
Oh, so it's a free vacation. Well, that changes everything. The shop is going to be closed, so I'm not missing out on any potential earnings by being absent. I'm not going to be spending any money either. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Not to mention, I get to see Pat, Chester, and Dave all in swimsuits. Can't wait for that. Sign me the fuck up. Well, in that case, I'm in. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Great. I also have enough room at the beach house for everyone to bring a +1. Just something for you to keep in mind.
I don't foresee myself taking advantage of that. It's not like I have any friends around here, outside of Moria, and she's certainly going to be April's +1. Before I know it, we're already pulling into the apartment complex.
Here's where I leave you, good sir. I'll see you tomorrow.
For sure. I unbuckle my seatbelt and exit the car. Thanks for the ride.
My pleasure. Have a good night.
You too. Chester pulls away. I make my way inside. I walk in the front door to find Moria and April nestled in on the couch under a blanket, watching TV, knee-deep in a crime drama. Hey, the working man's back. Tell me about your day, sunshine. Pat sits on an open seat next to her on the couch. I go sit. Well, it was something. My boss is super nice. My coworkers are... April shoots me a glare. Interesting. You didn't have to... Wait, you didn't give him any trouble today, did you? Not any more than he deserves. So she did purposefully give me a warning about Pat and Dave. Jerk. Oh, no warning. That's what that says. She let out a chuckle while Moria let out a melodramatic gasp. April! Moria gives her a gentle yet firm shove. You need to be looking out for him. This is his first time moving anywhere new. He needs all the support he can get. Wait, what? Wait, Moria? Ria? How am I supposed to pronounce that? I'm not a baby, you know. I know, but I just want to make sure you get your footing around here. I know you've been really nervous about fitting in and making new friends. She's not wrong. I did vent to her a few days ago about how nervous I was about establishing new social life in Douglas. She can be overbearing sometimes, but I know at the end of the day, she's just looking out for me. Maybe I can help ease her anxiety by telling her about meeting Daryl. Well, as it turns out, I think I did make an acquaintance today. Oh, really? What's their name? His name's Daryl. He plays in April's band. Correction. He plays in one of my bands. Oh, you've told me about Daryl. He sounds like a sweet friend. See? You were so worried about making new friends, and you're already well on your way. I betcha you'll find a boyfriend in no time, mister. She uses a teasing tone. I vented to her about my romantic frustrations as well, so she's rather aware of those feelings. That being said, it doesn't stop her from teasing me about it every once in a while. But in all honesty, I wouldn't have it any other way. Sometimes it's important to find humor in the things that hurt. I stand up from my seat. All right. That's enough for that. I'm gonna go shower and wind down. Okay, dear. Good night. Later. Finally. Upon entering my room, I shut the door behind me and immediately flopped down on my warm, cozy mattress. Oh, my sweet, sweet bed. How I've missed you today. We are reunited at last. I'd lie there for a while, allowing myself to decompress from the one hell of a day I've just endured. It wasn't a bad day by any means. As a matter of fact, I think it was an overall a good day. Met lots of cool new folks, tried lots of new things, and learned a great deal. I think I'm going to like this job. There are so many good signs today. Things are looking up for me, aren't they? I have a lot to be grateful for. This new beginning is going a lot more smoothly than I had initially anticipated. I really let my anxiety get the better of me and allowed myself to only think about the worst case scenario. I haven't given much thought to the wonderful opportunities this new dawn is bringing me. It's going to be a challenge, that's for sure, but I'm now more confident I can make this work. I just need to get a grip on these negative feelings I've been experiencing. I owe it to myself and to Moria to be the best version of myself I can be. I need to start making more of an investment in improving my mental health. Easier said than done, though. On that note, I think it's time for some long overdue self-care. I make quick work of stripping off all my clothes. I'll be showering soon, anyhow. Might as well strip down now if I'm going to take care of business. It's a relief to finally get out of those oppressive garments and let my fur breathe after being restrained the entire day. The same can be said for my genitals. As much as I fetishize and enjoy underwear, nothing beats the relief of taking them off and finally allowing the boys to breathe after being restricted throughout the long work shift. The relief I feel in my loins alone is enough to start my arousal. My flaccid member has already reached half-mast. I adjust myself to a comfortable position on the bed before I can start. I nestle my head and my shoulders atop my pillow and spread my legs apart to grant myself comfortable and easy access. As I get into position, the anticipation of finally getting to relieve myself after being pent up for several days alleviates my chub to a full throbbing erection. Don't worry, I'm not going to neglect you now. You're going to get the attention and stimulation you deserve. Oh, okay. Well, then I will... save there. Hello again. Apologies for cutting things off at the good part, but this is where the public version of this demo ends. If you'd like to see how Eddie wraps up his night, just head over to our Patreon page and you can download our Patreon exclusive version of this demo. The Patreon version includes an extra 1,000 words along with a spicy, not safe for work scene featuring 4 illustrations, a $3 donation, $3 monthly pledge will grant you immediate access. The full version of Chord Progression Build 1 will feature 3 in-game days of content. Okay. So far, you've read less than half of it. We're on track for a fall North American 2023, so please look forward to that. Yes, okay. Thank you for all your support during tier, and this concludes... That's a lot of people. Okay. Okay. Click. This novel is made in... Oh, okay. Huh? Oh, okay, that's cute. Alright. Well, guess that's the end of the demo, folks. I'm curious about the full release. And this was cute. I did enjoy this. So I guess I'll see you all around when the full version comes out. Until then, hopefully I'll see you around.